Key stage 3 maths, looking at the laws of indices. So going over the laws and rules of indices, okay, in roughly, 456 seconds. Let's go. This is question number 1a. Simplify m to the power of 5 times m to the power of 3. Well, if you multiply with the same base, you add the powers. So 5 plus 3 is going to equal to 8. So your answer would be m to the power of 8, guys, okay? M to the power of 8. Okay. Part B, simplify m to the power of 8 divided by m squared. Well, if I divide with the same base, I subtract the powers. So m to the power of 8 take away 2 is m to the power of 6. Okay, sorry about my handwriting there. Okay, this next one, m cubed all squared. Well, if it's a bracket raised to a power, then you just multiply the powers together. So m to the power of 3 times 2, which will be 6. So m to the power of 6, guys. Okay, yeah. So these are quite important laws, guys, yeah, and they are tested a lot, particularly in A-level mathematics, but also GCSE mathematics, yeah, and GCSE further mathematics, okay, as well as, yeah, like Key Stage 3 maths and even functional skills level maths, okay. This next one a bit more tricky. Question number 2. Simplify this. So I'm going to have m to the power of 9 times m to the power of 1 on the top. So that'll be 9 plus 1. So that'll be m to the power of 10 on the top, divided by m to the power of 5. Okay, dividing, I'm going to subtract the powers. 10 subtract 5 is going to be 5. So it's m to the power of 5, guys. This next one, simplify w to the power of 4 times w to the power of 4. Well, I'm going to add the powers. So 4 plus 4 is 8. So I'm going to have w to the power of 8, guys. Okay. So just to obviously be clear, guys, and summarize, if it's the same base and we multiply, we add the powers. If it's the same base and we divide, we subtract the powers. If the base numbers are not the same, then I can't really actually simplify it yet. Okay, just to obviously be clear. This next one, okay, dividing with the same base, I'm going to subtract the powers. 6 take away 3 is going to be 3. So the answer is going to be a cubed, or a to the power of 3, guys. Okay, this next one, match the expressions. C to the power of 10 divided by c to the power of 5. Well, I'm going to subtract the powers. 10 take 5 is going to be 5. The next one, I'm going to add the powers. 7 plus 3 is going to be 10. I'm going to multiply. 8 times 2 is going to be 16. And here I'm going to subtract the powers. Okay, same base. Okay, I'm dividing, I subtract the powers. C to the power of 2. Okay, oh, I think I've actually jumped a question there, so I apologise. Okay, so this one, yeah, a bit more trickier. Okay, I'm just going to add the powers, being very careful actually, yeah. So I'm going to have a to the power of 1/5 plus 2/3. And then I'm dividing all that by 3/5. So I'm going to subtract 3/5. So I can actually do this here in like one go here, but obviously taking my time, so being very careful. So 1/5 take away 3/5 will be 2/5. So I'm going to have a to the power of 2/3 subtract 2/5. Okay, hopefully you'll be happy with how I got that. Okay, 1/5 take away 3/5 is negative 2/5. Okay, I'm now going to do the butterfly method for subtracting fractions. Okay, cross multiply. Okay, so that'll be 8 to the power of 10 minus 6 all over 15. Okay, so that times that, subtract that times that, divided by the product of the denominators. Okay, so that's going to be a to the power of 4/15. Okay, and that would be my final answer. Okay, so that one here was a bit more challenging. Okay, make sure you're happy with the rules of fractions. Okay, so I added these numbers together and then I subtracted this number because I was dividing by it. So I tried then to collect like the like terms. So I did 1/5 subtract 3/5, which gave me negative 2/5. So I rewrote it as a to the power of 2/3 subtract 2/5, and then I did the butterfly method here. So this times this subtract this times this, all divided by this times this. So yeah, so you follow the arrows. Okay, so I've got 8 to the power of 4/15. Okay, when you simplify that, 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is going to be 6, all divided by 3 times 5, which will be 15. Okay, this next one, 50 divided by 2 is going to be 25. Okay, the pi's cancel, and I get left with just a squared. Okay, so square root of 25 squared. So square root of 25 is going to be 5. Square root of a squared is going to be a. So the answer is going to be 5a. Okay, this next one. Okay, yeah. So sorry that I've not done it in the right order, guys, but hopefully you can forgive me. Okay, I'm just going to add the powers and then divide by it. 3 plus 4 is going to be 7. So s to the power of 7 divided by s squared. 7 take 2 is going to be 5. So s to the power of 5. Okay, this next one, we're multiplying, so we're going to add the base. So being very careful here, I'm going to have w to the 3 plus minus 5. Now the plus minus goes to a minus. Okay, so 3 subtract 5 is going to be minus 2. So it's going to be w to the minus 2. Okay, this next one, I'm dividing, so I'm going to subtract the powers. A to the power of 4 subtract negative 2 is the same as saying 4 plus 2, okay, which will be 6, guys. Okay. These last few notes are a bit more trickier. I'm going to times the numbers together and letters together. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. A cubed times a squared, that'll be a to the power of 5 when you add the powers. C cubed times c, think about invisible 1 there, that'll be c to the power of 4. 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. I'm going to have m cubed and then n cubed as well. So 5m cubed n cubed. Okay, and that's my final answer. Okay, this next one, 2 cubed is going to be 8. M to the power of 4, okay, or to the power of 3. 4 times 3 is going to be 12, okay. So yeah, so sorry, I did that pretty quick this year. So 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. And then m to the 4, all cubed, means m to the 4 times m to the 4 times m to the 4. I would add the 4s together. 3 4s give me 12, okay? Or I do 4 3s, okay? Or 4 times 3 is 12. So the answer I get is 8m to the 12, okay? And that's my answer for that question, okay? Right, guys, that's the end of today's video. Actually, so sorry if I went through actually pretty quick, actually, but hopefully you're happy with it. Just to obviously summarize, if you're multiplying with the same base, you add the powers together. If you're dividing with the same base, you subtract the powers. If there's a power to a power, then you multiply the powers together. So yes, if it's a power in a bracket raised to a power, then you multiply the powers. Okay. Yeah, and you obviously simplify, yeah, so using those 3 rules, and then anything to the power of 0 in maths is always 1, and anything to the power of 1 in maths is just itself, okay? So x is just the same as saying, yeah, x to the power of 1, okay? Or c is the same as saying c to the power of 1, okay? Or 1c to the power of 1. So make sure that you're happy with that, okay? Make sure, yeah, that you're happy with like your cube and square numbers and square roots. Yeah, and hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'll see you inside the next video. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next one. Okay, bye for now. Take care. All the best.